There's a ladder over there. Last time I used the crank over there, I just went over there to kill the chickens to get the meat and all that. I didn't even see the ladder, so apparently there's another secret area up there that you can go to, where the possibly might be like you know, some like outside door bathroom type of shit. By the way, how many of you guys play World of Warcraft? I'm curious. I'm actually curious. I'm gonna throw, fuck it, I'm gonna throw this up on YouTube as well as like a YouTube because I have a YouTube I have like a YouTube playlist which I call Monkey Chill Commentary. What the fuck? Yeah, I have a YouTube playlist that's called Monkey Chill Commentary, where basically anything I talk about or something we're discussing on my YouTube video will become like a YouTube video for itself. So how many of you guys actually play World of Warcraft? Because I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft as well. So, just curious. Bloody hell, I used to play WoW. I'm a Final Fantasy 14, my guy. Oh, you didn't say my guy, but guy. I actually used to play Final Fantasy 14 as well. There's one of my homies, Matthias, who introduced me to Final Fantasy 14. And, hey, I gotta be honest, this is actually kind of fun. I like it. It's a good game. It's a good MMO, I should rather say. It's a good MMO. There's a lot of MMOs that don't really, it's, you know, the reason why a lot of people care about World of Warcraft is either because they're like, you know, old school Warcraft 3 players, you know, that like in order for you to like give a fuck about World of Warcraft, you have to have some kind of like have some kind of history with not World of Warcraft, but with Warcraft in general, right? I think that's the reason why most people play World of Warcraft. But Final Fantasy 14 is like, you know, I've never been like a huge fan of Final Fantasy. Don't get me wrong, I played a couple Final Fantasy. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 7. I didn't play the remake. I played Final Fantasy 10, I think. Can somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong? Which one of the Final Fantasy games is the one on PS2 where you have like the bunny girl? The known bunny girl, you know, my waifu. The black girl with the white hair, you know, and she got like bunny ears and all that shit. Was that Final Fantasy 10 or 11 or like I don't remember, but I remember I played it on the PS2. And so it's not like that I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy, but I like what they did with FF14. I like what they did. I played it for a hot minute. Not to the point where I was like max level and I, you know, and I raided and all that shit, but I went through some couple of dungeons. I think I got to like level 34, something like that. Yeah, I think I got to like level 34, so I enjoyed it a little bit. I think like level 34 is still kind of like the start of the game, but I had my fun with it. I really did. I played like, I think I played the beta, and then like there was like a demo version of the game where you had like 7-day trial and all that kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, so yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I actually, it's a good game. It's good in MMO, but I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that I don't really play MMOs. The only kind of like MMO that I've ever played, or like the three only MMOs, or like kind of like RPG games that I really fucking cared about and just farmed like a motherfucker, was RuneScape, right? I think I had like 7 different like skills in RuneScape where I was like level 99 and shit, right? So wood cutting, cooking, all the, I was like, yeah, mining as well. I think I was like level 99 with. So RuneScape, World of Warcraft, ever since vanilla World of Warcraft, and some of you guys, some of you OG players out here, some of my brothers from another mother, or sisters from another whatever, right? Some of them people that played them Flash games back in the days. Adventure Quest, Battle.on.com. Does anyone remember that game? Does anyone remember Adventure Quest? That's 12. Oh, okay. So Final Fantasy 12 is the one. Does anyone remember Adventure Quest? Bro, I think I'm like level 113 or some shit like that in Adventure Quest. I still have my account, by the way. I still have it. There's sometimes like when I'm like bored as a motherfucker, I'm like, okay, Let me go on an adventure quest. Let me see what the fuck is going on an adventure quest, you know? And I log into my account and, like, you know, I just go like fight some random ass monsters and shit like that. They went 3D now. Oh, they did. They did. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Well, there you go. Yeah, I played the OG Adventure Quest. I remember like pretty much everyone in my school at that time like played Adventure Quest or RuneScape, or at least before RuneScape became a thing and like trending and whatsoever. Pretty much my entire school, like back when I was a kid and all that shit, played Adventure Quest. And I remember I remember every time when we went to the library of my school, there were like computers or like PCs around there in the library. Everybody like every time we had like a break, you know, it was either like lunch break or some shit like that, most of us went to the library, like the entire school, like at least the children of my age as well, you know, because we were all like fucking kids at that time. We all went to the library, turned on the PCs, and just played fucking Adventure Quest. Like, that was our fucking shit. That was the literal shit, you know?
Oh, you pervert.
At that time, it was like, this is the shit. Now it looks like shit, but, you know, you gotta respect the classics, you know? You gotta respect the classics. That shit was tight, Adventure Quest. And I remember every time I was in the library and playing my account, I was the only one in my entire school that was a guardian. You guys remember that there was like the membership you could get in an Adventure Quest where you became like a guardian, and then later on it was like an ex-guardian and whatever, right? I was the only one in my entire school that was a guardian. Cause I told my dad, yo, dad, I need this, and he was like, why do you need this? And I told my dad, cause I want to be the cool kid in school. And my dad said, you know what? Say no more. Say no more. And he paid for that shit. That one-time payment. Here you go, son. Become the cool motherfucker in school. And I did. I became the cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of people still bullied me for liking furries or being black or whatever the case may be. But, you know, hey, they still respected me because I was a guardian. I was a guardian, you know? Talk shit to me, yeah, I'm gonna fuck your shit up. I'm a guardian. What's up, bro? You ain't shit. You ain't got shit on me. That shit was so tight, man. Man, I love the Adventure Quest. That shit was tight. And then there was like, oh my god, you guys remember the Paladin? Like one of the main characters in the entire Adventure Quest story. What was his name? Artix? Artix, Artix or some shit like that. The Paladin with like the fucking golden axe and shit. Bro, he was so sick. Oh, that shit was tight. Man, I miss Adventure Quest now. That shit was tight. Artix, man. He was like one of the main characters, and then there was like the Dragon Slayer. Bro, I remember when I became a Dragon Slayer, I was so fucking, I was pumped. I was like, bro, look at me being level 10 with a fight. Like, I'm level 10 Dragon Slayer, summoning the dragon, and the fucking dragon spitting fire on my enemy. Bro, that shit was tight. I was so like, at that time in school, I was so cool. I was the sickest motherfucker. Blade of Ave. You guys remember that sword? When like every time like you battled monsters and shit, there was like 1% chance, or like 0.1% chance of you finding like a part of the Blade of Ave sword. And if you find all the parts, you could connect that sword and it became like the legendary Blade of Ave. You guys remember that sword? But you had to become a guardian in order for you to use that blade. Because I was the only guardian of my school, and there was also like this club area. I don't remember, it was like a kindergarten type of place where like people went to after they went to school. You guys know what I'm talking about, like this kind of like house club where like most children go to like play games and have fun together and all that shit. So I was also the only guardian over there, and I found the last part of Blade of Ave at that area, right, in the school library type of shit, right? I found the last fucking blade. The last part of that blade, and everybody was witnessing that shit. Man, people were pissed. You know, if you guys think that people are pissed now,
pervert.
Right? Armand, thanks for following, and Dean Titty. Thanks for the follow as well. If you guys think that people are pissed at me for getting huge amount of viewers on my YouTube and all that shit and my YouTube algorithm is blowing up, bro, this shit is nothing compared to how people acted when I got Blade of Aim. People were pissed. People were mad pissed. Oh man, that was so funny. Oh man. I remember there was one of my best friends at that time. He was like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. He started talking behind my back and all that shit. Like, he was so fucking jealous. He was mad jealous because I got the Blade of Aim. And I remember one of my other fucking best homies, aka Munt, shout out to my boy Munt. He was like, yo bro, you got the Blade of Aim? And he was like, yo Chris, people talk mad shit about you. I was like, this shit is tight. That shit is so tight. That shit was tight. That shit was so tight. People being mad at me for fucking getting Blade of Aim and becoming a guardian, then later on an ex-guardian. People were mad tripping on me. Holy shit. But man, Adventure Quest, that shit was tight. That shit was mad tight. I love that game. I freaking love that game. That game is so tight. I wonder what really happened to that game. I really wonder if that game is still like, I mean, the game is probably not like relevant anymore, but I think the game is still like, it's still like on the web browser. It's still a thing. There's just not that many people playing it.